Outlet pass for Rick Nash. Nash now tries to slip to the fence and walk in. Nice move. Another nice move. He scored. What a goal. It doesn't get any better than this.
As he plays to the point, instead, he works his way back free. Granlund fires, score!
Hello and welcome to the Puck Drops Here podcast. I am your host, John Crawford, along with my brother Howie over there.
Howdy, howdy.
Here for episode number 1 of season 6. Howie, we are in season 6.
That's right, John.
Yeah.
What was that thing from Electric Company?
Wait, you were looking the wrong way anyway. So.
I have to look this way?
Yeah, you have to look that
So-
way. And
So, like,
that's
from
right.
Electric Company, it would have been ha, and then you say key, hockey.
How you been? Howie?
Not too bad. Been just kind of trying to wrap my mind around these picks.
Yeah.
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 But I had my method this year, so I think this one should work out good.
Okay, I can't wait to hear about your method. Everything is peachy here, I guess. I'm still waiting for the big phone call.
Yeah.
And we're now preparing. Well, we had a tornado today, not far from.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah. And we're preparing for Hurricane Florence, which is supposed to hit later in the week.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, so, we're preparing for that. Fun stuff. And that's about it. So this will be Rogi's first hurricane. He hadn't been in a hurricane yet. I also had a real hard time predicting the East. It was really hard. And by the way, Chart is here with us. Only
I
for
saw
a minute,
that.
because I'm going to erase his face and put our picks as we go up here.
Ah, there you go. That'll be good. Yeah, because we're always having to scramble back to figure out what we picked.
Yeah.
So yeah, if we haven't posted up there permanently, that'll work nice. I just use 1/3 of the board if you can, and that way we have the rest.
Well, I don't know how that'll work, because I don't know how that will work.
Just right, fairly small.
I guess I could do that.
Because
but-
you could do from the corner of his smile on your left. No other one. No other side. Yeah, that whole other side. Other side. Yeah, from the corner of that mouth over, you could use all that space for both.
I don't know. I was just thinking I'd just put Atlantic Division.
Just right, fairly
together
small.
on either side, just through
And
the
you'll be
day.
good.
Whatever.
Uh-oh.
Just so we could see what's going on in the show today. Okay, are you ready? Down here and work our way up.
Yep.
Okay. And I listened to last year's first show,
Yeah.
and I went first, so I'm going to let you go first this time.
Oh, okay. So I guess I have to explain the method I used for this year.
Okay, we're talking about number 8. You're not wrong, right, Kay?
Yeah. So the way I made my picks this year, because it really doesn't matter because they're always that bad.
Yeah.
But I think this year I have a system that's going to work precisely.
Okay.
I took the captains from each team and went by who had the best hair.
Okay.
No, I didn't. I thought about that. Well, that'd be a good method to go.
Yeah. It's very scientific.
Who has the nicest hair?
Yeah. He's got nice hair, so.
My number 8 for
number
the Atlantic.
8, or captain with the worst hair in the division.
Yeah. It's the same as I believe last year's number 8. I picked Detroit.
Okay.
I think they're still in that rebuilding mode right now and trying to figure out who the heck they are.
Okay. I had Detroit there, but I gave them a little something to move them up a bit. But I chose Ottawa.
Okay.
It's my number 8. So right off the bat, we're different.
That's good though.
Yeah. And they really didn't do a whole lot in the off season. I just don't see them doing anything that's going to be a threat in this division.
So my number 7, and basically we're pretty much on at least the same thinking in a sense. But my number 7, I have Ottawa.
Okay. So now you know who my number 7 is because it was that was a hard decision and who was going to be 7 and 8.
Right.
But, I gave Detroit a little bit of improvement.
Okay.
So there you go.
And then I'm going to take just a wild guess. I'm going to guess we both have number 6 the same.
I can probably guess that you are correct.
I think they're still in that rebuilding stage, but they're getting better. They're taking slow steps, but they're getting there. Number 6, I took Buffalo.
Wow, we are different.
Oh, interesting.
Yes. I have
I'll put mine on the board.
oh. You have Buffalo. I don't look at Buffalo the same way you do. Yes, they've rebuilding, but I picked them as one of, at least in this division, one of the 2 teams that was most improved in this division. Out of all the teams that could improve, Buffalo was one of the 2. But my number 6 team, which I think took a fall from where I had them last year, was Florida.
Ooh, interesting.
That's where I have them.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
So number 5, 5th place
Yep.
for the Atlantic Division.
Yep.
I don't know what's really going on with this team. I don't know if it's just they can't figure out who they are or what it is. But it just seems like they're just not playing up to their potential.
Uh-huh.
So I threw in Montreal at number 5.
Montreal, number 5. Very interesting. Because I, too, have chosen Montreal as my number 5.
Oh, okay.
I agree. They seem kind of lost. You know?
Yeah.
They just don't seem to.
There's something not there, and I can't put my finger on it.
Yeah, I agree. We are
Hey,
at number 4, Howie.
my number 4, I think this team has improved quite a bit. I think they're still on that path of continuing getting better. I put Florida number 4.
Wow. My number 4. Wow, Florida's pretty high for me. I put my number 4 as one that you're probably going to think is really high, but I think they've improved a lot, and maybe a surprise when we do the next at the end of next week. So there's different scenarios that might happen. But I have Buffalo right here.
Interesting.
I have Buffalo up there. Very improved. I like what I see happening.
Which puts them technically in your scenario. That puts them in a wild card spot.
Possibly.
Stay tuned next week.
That's right. It all depends on what happens over in the Metropolitan, which is very, very interesting also.
Yeah, it is.
So,
Yeah, it is.
yeah, different things can happen there with Buffalo. So I'm just saying, watch out. Okay, now we're getting into our locks, Howie.
Yeah, our playoff locks. Our top
there we go.
three. These are locks. For my number 3, I put this team has improved dramatically, and I think they're still going to improve. Eventually, I think they're probably a couple years away from it, but I think they're eventually going to end up dominating this division down the road. I put Toronto in number 3.
Toronto. I have a team that I just think this is where they're going to end up. I don't see them. They might take that second spot, but I think they're going to end up right here.
That's how I feel about Toronto. Toronto could take second, but I feel they're going to drop on 3.
Boston.
Okay.
Number 2.
My number 2 is Boston.
Boston.
Like I said, Toronto and Boston could flip flop, but I think this is how they'll end up falling.
Yep. Well, Boston's pretty much a lock for me. It's 1 and 2 that I think is going to be the battle, because I think Toronto has improved that much. But I have number 2. Toronto. So we both have the same
both have
number 1.
Tampa Bay. And I think that whole, like, you have 1, 2, or 3, you can flip flop any way you want.
Yeah.
For me, I think it's between 1 and 2 and then 2 and 3.
Yeah. I think of mine is more this race right here, Tampa Bay, Toronto. I think the biggest threat Boston could be Buffalo, But I think Buffalo will end up right where they're at, right where I have them.
Yeah, no, I think the big battle is going to be those top three, and then from there, I think it'll probably even 4, 5, and 6 will be a battle, and then it's just going to be a battle between who's going to be in the tanker between 7 and 8.
Yeah, 7 and 8. 7, 8 can go either way for me. I thought it was interesting that we both have Montreal at 5.
Yeah.
And we both kind of have the same thoughts about that, I think. They are
Yeah.
just a team that is lost, that sat way up here, and now they're going to fall.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, there's just some chemistry or something that's just missing.
yeah. Yeah, very interesting stuff. But I think this right here. Because we have Buffalo
So we'll see.
and Florida.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see what happens. So that's it. That's the Atlantic Division. Pretty close. I think we have some good picks. Probably both are wrong.
We know
will
for
probably
sure
win the
Montreal
division.
will be wrong because we both picked them 5th.
Yeah. So these I will be posted out on the website, so you can follow along, see how bad they really are.
Send in your picks.
Yep, send in your picks. So I think we're going to wrap it up for this week, Howie. And next week we'll do the Metropolitan, which is a very, very tough division to do. And we'll also reveal our wild cards for this conference.
Yeah.
Okay. So with that, Howie, do you have anything more to add about the Atlantic Division?
Negative, no.
All right. So thank you all for listening and watching the podcast. You can go out to www.thepuckdropshare.com. Catch some of our past episodes out there along with this current one. Give us a like on Facebook. We're on Twitter, Instagram, and what else? Oh, Patreon. We are on Patreon. And we do have, for those that only listen to us on iTunes or whatever, we do have this on YouTube, so check it out there. Until then, next week, again, we will be doing the Metropolitan Division. Howie, anything else?
I'm good.
All right. We bid you all adieu.
Okay.